Hello and welcome back to Banner Builder. This time we're going to be exploring the 4 heroes chosen by this year's Choose Your Legends event in order to create possible versions of 2019's Brave Heroes. Note that, more so than many other banners I come up with, this one will have spoilers about how the games these characters come from play out. So, without further ado, let's begin with the 4th place winner. As with all other Brave heroes, Eliwood was based on someone very close to him. In this case, it was his father, Albert. As befitting of being his father's son, Brave Eliwood is a lance-wielding cavalry unit. His weapon, the Rex Hosta, shows a connection between the two that they already have. They are quite close to the performing siblings Nils and Ninian. Being close to those two makes both of these units even more powerful. Whenever Sing or Dance is used on someone with Rex Hosta, they're given +3 to every stat, similar to Reverse Yor. His assist skill is Ardent Sacrifice. This references how Albert sacrificed himself to help Nils and Ninian escape Nurgle's custody. Aegis, Eliwood's special, reflects how Nurgle's powerful magic wasn't quite enough to put Albert down for good. Brazen Attack Resistance was given for a similar reason, with the addition of how, at such a low amount of health, and while about to die, Albert was able to deal a powerful blow back to Nurgle, heavily incapacitating him. Finally, his B-slot skill, Red Tomebreaker, shows that Eliwood has been specifically training to fight Nurgle, a Dark Tome user, as revenge for the death of his father at Nurgle's hands. Our next unit, taking 3rd place overall and 2nd place in the women's bracket, is Camilla, Brave Beauty. Here, Camilla is based on her father, Garen, back before he became corrupted by the dragon Anakos, back in his days as a horse-riding paladin. She wields his axe, the Bulwark. This weapon grants attack +5 until the end of the turn whenever an ally within 2 spaces of Camilla is killed. This is based on the Norian Charisma skill from one of Garen's cipher cards. Draconic Aura, as her special, didn't have much specific reasoning. I just needed to give her another skill I had no idea what to even put here. Her A-slot skill, Warding Blow, was used by Garen in his Conquest battle. He also had Renewal in Conquest, except only the lunatic version of his fight. Finally, the skill Distant Guard is similar to Garen's having Distant Defense in Heroes. However, in a way symbolic of Garen's change, Camilla has the selfless version of her father's selfish skill, instead providing bonuses to her allies. Now for the 1st place winner of the women's bracket, Micaiah, heir of the Guldr. Micaiah, the silver-haired maiden, is a selfless yet reclusive fortune-teller from Dain, and a childhood friend of the thief Soth. More importantly to this video, she's also the long-lost sister of Empress Soniki, and the true inheritor of the Guldr of Awakening. Here, Micaiah is wielding the swords of her ancestor, Altina, and the voice of Altina's husband, Laron. It is from that she inherited her abilities, so it only feels right to have her brave version be based on them as well. The first thing I'll discuss is her movement type. Micaiah never rode a Pegasus in Radiant Dawn, at least as far as I'm aware. However, this is to represent her hair and heritage. Also, it provides a little more variety in the banner. We're into our 3rd year of Brave Heroes, and we have yet to see a single one that flies. It's time for that to change. Her weapon is actually 2, the 2 blades of Altina, known separately as Ragnell, usually wielded by Ike, and Alendite, usually wielded by Zelgius. Since both of those swords on their own have distant counter, so too does Micaiah have distant counter when wielding both. Also, since there are 2 swords, they act as a brave weapon in the player phase, dealing 2 successive attacks when Micaiah initiates combat, though the dexterity required to wield both blades reduces her overall speed by 5. To weaken this powerful multi-phase weapon, its might is only 11. Her assist skill is the Guldr of Release. This is the song passed down along Laron's bloodline. It can be used to release the goddess Yoon from Laron's medallion. Of course, it wouldn't do that in Heroes. Instead, it acts like a normal song, refreshing the unit it's used on. Alongside that, it removes the debuffs from both the unit it's used on and any other ally adjacent to Micaiah. Both of the previously mentioned skills are, of course, personal to Brave Micaiah. Her B-slot skill, Wings of Mercy, comes from her regular personal skill, Sacrifice. Even if she can't really use the skill to heal others, it still makes sense that she'd speed towards people at low health in order to help them. Finally, her C-slot skill, Guidance, allows other units to move to her. This is really just one of those skills that it feels right to give her, even if I can't explain it. Finally, we come to this year's most popular unit. Alm, Conquering Hero. Having grown up in a backwater village in the nation of Zofia, Alm didn't get to see much of the world until a knight came to his village looking for Alm's grandfather, Sir Mycen. Despite Mycen choosing not to join in the resistance against the encroaching Regalian Empire, Alm chose to go instead, and became the leader of the deliverance. It's eventually revealed that Alm is not actually the grandson of Sir Mycen, but instead the long-lost heir to the Regalian throne, and descendant of the country's founder, Regel I. Just like Brave Celica was based on the hero Zofia, her ancestor, Brave Alm is coming in with a design based on his appearance in Fire Emblem Gaiden, and a skill set based on the hero Rigel. While Alm mostly uses swords, I thought it was high time we see a version of him that wields his secondary weapon, the bow. While there is no bow specific to Duma or Rigel, there is one weapon that acts as regalia that seems worthy of Alm, the bow Parthia. Or, to keep up the name theme with Sonia's Dark Excalibur and Delthia's Dark Aura, both of which are Valentian versions of Arcanean weapons, Dark Parthia. As happened with both of the aforementioned skills, Dark Parthia will become a refine for Yorj. The first of this bow's abilities is a general res plus 3 to the wielder, similar to the pre-existing res boost on the existing Parthia. Also, it will come with a Savage Blow-like ability, dealing damage to enemy units adjacent to the target. This is the closest I could come to translating Trance Shot, one of the combat arts that came with the Parthia in Echoes. His special skill is Skensdale, Alm's ultimate art in Echoes that deals damage equal to the might of the weapon he's using before combat begins. His A-slot skill is close counter for two reasons. First, we need more units that have it in the summoning pool. We may not need them in the 3 or 4 star pool, just someone more. Second, since he usually wields a sword anyways, Alm is very well versed in close combat. His B-slot skill is Renewal 4, which heals the unit every turn. I was really unsure about whether or not this is too powerful, but honestly it's probably going to come out eventually either way, so we may as well do it now. Renewal is a skill usually provided by his falchion, so it makes sense to give it to him either way. Finally, his C-slot skill is Ward Armor, because of course he gets an armor boosting skill. Ward specifically raises defense and resistance, much like Parthia raises his resistance. And that's my take on this year's Brave Heroes banner. Whenever the banner does eventually come, I'll probably make a companion video to see what I got right and what I didn't. I'll also try to come out with an idea for this year's Farfetch'd banner sometime next month, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching, and be sure to say in the comments what you think about my builds and what you want to see. And, until next time, happy summoning.